And they're going to do it.
So we just come out of the CBO, and right now, Senator Murphy,
it's absurd. It's absurd.
Senator Schatz are doing an interview with CBS. So basically, it's the CBO. Talking about the CBO with CBS
on our constituents
and CB.
But what's more absurd is that Republicans are shutting us and the American public out of this process. No public hearings, no meetings, secret negotiations, TV cameras being kicked out of the Capitol. Republicans are deeply afraid that the American public are going to see this product, and it's sad that we have to go to these lengths to try to find out what's in perhaps the most important bill, the most impactful bill that we will vote on during our time in the Senate.
Please, sir, just give me a second. I rushed so fast that...
Sir, take your time. Take your time. This is a great guy for CBS.
You take a second.
You take a second, sir, and we'll wrap up with Facebook Live right here. I tried to make a really bad joke, and I fear that that's now out there.
It didn't work.
CBS, CBO,
Let me take it for you.
CB. It's horrible.
I'll take it for you.
No, that's okay, sir. This is a lot more. So why don't we wrap up, fellas? We just came out of it. We just came out of the CBO. We met with the director of the Congressional Budget Office. What happened, fellas?
Well, good guy, good people that work here. By their rules, they were not allowed to share the budget score with us. Neither could they, frankly, even confirm that they were working on it. But that's not their fault. That's the fault of the Republicans over in the United States Senate, who are burying this process, holding secret meetings, kicking TV cameras out of the Capitol, refusing to hold hearings, because they don't want the American public to see the disaster that's about to happen. So we'll go back to the drawing board. We'll think of other creative ways that we can try to get our hands on this product. But we represent millions of people between the three of us who are deeply fearful about what Republicans are about to do to them. And unfortunately, we didn't get the bill here, but we'll try to find it through other ways.
Brian, any parting thoughts?
Yeah, I just want everybody to remember what killed the first American Health Care Act, the first Trump Care bill, which did fail in the U.S. House, and that was public pressure. So we still have time to put a lot of public pressure on the House and the Senate and to influence this debate. All we need right now is 3 members of the United States Senate on the Republican side who will say, I will not vote for a bill unless it gets a hearing. That's what we got to demand of Republicans, even if they're going to eventually vote to repeal the Affordable Care Act. I disagree with that, but at a minimum, have a hearing, hear from some experts, talk to your home state, understand the bill, give yourself a chance to analyze it. That's what a public hearing is for. It is unusual in the extreme to do something of this magnitude without even putting it into the light of day.
So just to wrap up, we're trying to point out the absurd today, the three of us coming down to the Congressional Budget Office trying to get a copy of the bill. As my colleagues just said, it's outrageous that this bill is being done in private, in secret, behind closed doors. The American public cannot see what's going on. It is an affront to our history as a nation. A democracy should be open. The light should be shining on the process. Everything from the Constitutional Convention all the way to the Affordable Care Act, the so-called Obamacare, debated in public. Hearings were held. Americans from all stripes, all backgrounds, all professions came in and testified on that bill. And actually, amendments were allowed that were Republican amendments that amended the Affordable Care Act. Over 160 amendments were allowed in. And now we have, counter that to this most ahistorical moment where you have a bill of this import that's going to affect millions of American lives in substantive ways, literally could mean the difference between life and death, suffering or not. And it's all being done in quiet, it's all being done in secrecy, and this is absolutely offensive. And so Senator Schatz here from Hawaii had a call to action. If you're watching this, do not let this go by without your voice. As James Baldwin said, not everything that's faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed unless it's faced. Please stand up, face this down, call it out like it is. An ahistorical, democratic affront to the American public by not allowing them to be involved or engaged in the process. Please speak up, because pressure works. We saw it from the very moment this Congress started, when public pressure, when they tried to gut independent House ethics oversight. We saw that public pressure worked then. We saw it in Jeff Sessions' recusal from the Russia investigation. We've seen public pressure all along the way make a difference. This is a moment where we have to make sure we put pressure so that all we need is 3 senators to say, this is not the way we're going to let this happen. Please let your voice be heard. Please speak up. This is a fight for our health care. This is a fight that goes to the core of our ideals of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I just want to thank my colleagues. It's pretty fun.
Thank you.
Field trip with Hawaii and Connecticut. Count Jersey in for the next one.
All right.
All right. Maybe
Thanks,
to the
everybody.
White House?
All right.
All
Well,
right.
that's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.